What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Here to bring you an NFL prediction video on Devin White. I believe the free agent linebacker will sign with the Minnesota Vikings this offseason. Before we get started, guys, let me know in the comment section down below what team do you believe will sign Devin White this offseason. Let's get into it, guys. So, this video I'll be giving you the trajectory of Devin White's career with the Buccaneers and also why I believe he'll sign with the Vikings. But then after that, I'm also going to give you some alternative teams, some alternative options in case I am wrong with him going to the Vikings. So let's get into it, guys. So first off, Devin White has had a pretty weird career. Started off from LSU, came in strong in the game. Him partnered with Lavonte David was a match made in heaven. Lavonte David was the veteran linebacker that was good overall. He could tackle, ferocious hitter, great in the pass coverage game, can blitz, can do it all. Then you have Devin White, young LSU linebacker, or young linebacker from LSU, sideline to sideline speed, gave you Roquan Smith and also gave you Devin Bush vibes, from a similar linebacking class or similar linebackers that were young in the game. And then for the Tom Brady Bucks Super Bowl run, the year for White himself was cool. The year was okay, but the playoff run, those little stretch of games, he will look like the best linebacker in football, no doubt about it. And then he hasn't looked that good since. And that's the confusing part. The same roles White and Lavonte David all them years ago, they kind of occupy the same roles now like they did back then. It seemed like White got worse in pass coverage, and that's the main thing that kind of makes it kind of weird about Devin White. About the scheme fit, where he should go, where he might go. Because if you're gonna sign White, and I think White still has good value, but you have to blitz him. You have to blitz him. You have to send him on a blitz. Most of the time, he's on the field. He's not. He has not developed, or he's lost for some way somehow. He's lost his pass coverage skill. It wasn't that great coming into the league, but it was okay. Even though he had 2 picks this season, I think a career high, he still isn't a good one-on-one pass coverage guy. That you would think Lavonte David would have rubbed off on him some, his skill set and his just learning from him. It might have rubbed off on White, but it didn't at all. It didn't. He's not good in pass coverage. Keep him out of pass coverage at all costs. So with that being the case, and as I said, I think White still has value. I think he'll still get a pretty good contract, but the scheme fit has to be right for him to have a good impact, and that's where the Vikings come in at. Brian Flores, the D coordinator for the Vikings, all he does is blitz his linebackers. That's all he loves to do. Blitz, 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 blitz. Devin White will be at home. He will be in heaven for his skill set and for his mentality, for what we've seen from him these 4 or 5 years with the Bucks. He will be in heaven blitzing dang near every chance he gets under Brian Flores' scheme with the Minnesota Vikings, and they're going to need the help. Obviously, they're up in the air with bringing back Danielle Hunter, who's been on the trade block for a while now, last couple years, but now he's a free agent. We'll see what the Vikings do. They also have Marcus Davenport, another pass rusher. Also, DJ Wonnum, another pass rusher. So 3 of their top defensive ends, 3 of their top pass rushers in general, they're all up for grabs in free agency. So we'll see who they bring back. I have another video, or probably a YouTube short. I'm not going to do a full video on it, but I have another guy that the Vikings possibly could target that is a former Brian Flores guy back in the Dolphins days. I'm going to do a short on that. I'm not going to stay too much longer on that, but that's a short coming soon. But Devin White going to the Vikings, to me, makes so much sense. It'll be the perfect opportunity. And the funny thing is, just last year, when Lavonte David was a free agent, I did the same video. Lavonte David to the Vikings under Brian Flores. Because unlike, as I said, White, who's a blitzer, Lavonte David can also mix up and be in pass coverage too. And you have a guy like Jordan Hicks who gives you some of the same vibes of Lavonte David, who will fit well in that Brian Flores scheme from last year. So stuff like that to me makes the most sense for Lavonte David and White. But Levante David, who also a free agent, also has said that he wants to stay with the Bucs. So we'll see how that turns out. But White can definitely be on the move. I don't think they want Devin White back. If they do, maybe at a super cheap cost, and maybe at a change of roles also. Maybe he's just a strictly outside pass rusher. But you have Shaquille Barrett there. You have what's the other guy, Tryon, there from a couple years ago that they drafted. So I don't know if they do want White back or not in Tampa. But if not the Vikings, let's say I am wrong there, what teams could use Devin White's services? You have two right there in the NFC East. The Eagles and the Cowboys, both teams need upgrade at the linebacker spot. The Cowboys, Kyle Van Der Esch, we don't know what his future is. Will he return next season? Do the Cowboys want him back? But the Cowboys, for sure, they need help stopping the run from that linebacker spot. Can Devin White be the answer there? So will Devin White be able to replace and help stop the run? Replace Kyle Van Der Esch and help stop the run for the Cowboys? That's debatable. Like I said, he is good. He is decent stopping the run. He's a good blitzer as well. So that could be an option for the Cowboys. But the projected contract for Devin White is about 2 years, 20+ million. Will the Cowboys want to invest that in a linebacker that can't be in pass coverage? So that's the debate there with them. Then going to the Eagles, their NFC East rival, they need linebacker help badly, especially with the linebacker draft not being that good. Probably no first round linebackers. Will you want to bring in a guy like Devin White to help in as well, who, like I said, not be able to be used in the pass coverage? And then you also have some kind of tricky to think about also. If the Eagles do trade Hassan Reddick, would they bring in Devin White to maybe help replace Reddick? Because White has never been a full-time outside pass rushing linebacker. He's been an inside linebacker who's good from pass rush, who's good from the blitz. But he's never been an outside backer who has outside moves and stuff like that. So I don't know, just a little wrinkle in there. Would the Eagles want to bring him in to be a rotational guy? Apart, like, let's say like him and Nolan Smith. Could they bring him in to do that role, or strictly be what he's been and being a blitzing inside linebacker? There's something kind of tricky there. The Eagles could do something different, but I doubt. I think they'll just stick him in his normal spot because you have to train your hands and all that stuff, technique. And from what I know of, I've never seen White put his hand in dirt that often and really do a dip rip or nothing like that. So they'll kind of be tough to learn right away in an Eagles scheme. But they could change up schemes and have them. I don't think they're going to a 3-4, but it's possible. Yeah, but matter of fact, Vic Fangio is a 3-4 guy, so they possibly could put White in as a straight up pass rusher. But we'll see there. And then you have my Falcons, I think, who are kind of a dark horse option as well. We're changing schemes. Ryan Nelson's scheme is now gone, so we'll see what we'll be running exactly. But we could bring in Devin White to help out Ellis with the linebacker roles. The linebackers we drafted last couple years were cool, nothing great. Could we invest some money in that? Like I said, the linebacking group for the free agency class, for the draft class isn't that strong. Could we invest some money and bring in White on a 2-year deal? It's possible. I wouldn't be opposed to it, but we already have Ellis there, who's a good blitzing linebacker. I'm not really concerned about getting another one, but hey, the more the merrier. I love Deion Jones when he was there with us, and Devin White reminds me of Deion Jones, who as well was a former LSU linebacker who had good sideline speed and was good for us for a couple of years. But one other thing as well, he was not good in coverage. So we'll see about that. But I would enjoy the fit of White with Ellis. There'll be some solid, very good interior blitzing linebackers that could get the job done. But I'm still really big on us getting a pass rusher first. So I'd rather get the Neil Hunter or someone else before I get or worry about Devin White. But we'll see how everything shakes out for agency. But like I said, I do love the Vikings fit for White more than any other team, strictly because of Brian Flores' scheme and how much he blitzes. I think that would be an amazing fit for a guy like Devin White. Kind of resurrect his career. Not resurrect. It's not down the dumps, but it definitely took a nosedive this season when he got benched for a couple games and allegedly Some people say quit on the team, so that's something there as well. We got to look out for. So, like I said, his tenure with the Bucks didn't end great, but it's not quite over yet. We never know. They could come back on a one-year deal to bring him and Levante David both back. I don't think so, at least not for White, but we'll see how everything shakes out for him. But that's it for the video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys next time.